Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how that this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how that the sweet talk. I'm already on my way.
There we go. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. I was like 2 seconds too late, only because my sister's cat, my mom and sister moved in with me since my mom got out of the hospital. My sister's cat somewhere lost downstairs in my little area, and my dog is trying to get her, so I had to open up the back door. So you guys may see a little bit of light right there, and you may see a dog later on just go sprinting up that to go chase a cat. Not to hurt the cat, but just because they want to play. But I hope you guys are all doing okay. Decent day so far today as far as the Bitcoin markets are concerned. Today's the day we have to make a choice. I'm not talking about, even if we get rejected here, it's not going to be the end of the world. But guys, that magic number we're trying to break above, that 20-week moving average here, that kind of determines the bull market versus the bear market. Usually a big deal here. Only time it wasn't really a big deal was like 3 weeks ago. Besides that, the last time we had this type of breakdown was all the way back in 2018. We're going to try to get some more, pump up from the whales here today. And we'll be talking about some of the whale wallets going forward here. Specifically, whale wallet number 3, the third largest Bitcoin holder, because that's really the only one that likes to do some swing trading. The other ones are actually like, wallets for Coinbase and, Bitfinex and all that good stuff. But here, guys, the magic number for today is 42,333. That's really the level we're going to try to break out above today and hold it, because then we can start saying, oh my gosh, we're back into a bull market, blah, 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 blah. Now, if we break that out again, normally I'd be very bullish about this, but we just had this happen a few weeks ago, so I'm cautiously optimistic. I think you guys should be cautiously optimistic here. But again, that magic number is going to be $42,333. Now let's go over here to the daily chart. This is where we have some issues as well, but again, we're going to be trying to get blast through this here. We have the 50-day moving average and the 20. If we do have a green day today, we will be busting through both of these moving averages right here, like about 6-7% return on Bitcoin in less than 24 hours. So you would assume that a lot of altcoins are going to be up for grabs as well right now, guys. So just kind of observe how the market's going to react to this. These are some pretty heavy levels of resistance. Every single time we've been getting above these levels of resistance since the major crashes of, earlier this year, January, right? Every single time we get above one of these moving averages, we have a fantastic time here. Boom. Okay, fine. Large on the downside, but as far as going up here, because we're trying to break up, of course. Look at that monster candle. So in this instance, one day Bitcoin went up 11%. This time Bitcoin went up 3%, 3.5%, 14%, 8.5%, 5%, and right now that's really the question mark here. So we're hoping to make a big move here. We don't want to see it keep on sliding back down. This week is the big week where if we are going to break up back above that 20-week moving average and change all the bad luck we've really been having over the past few weeks, it's going to happen this week. And I was watching another YouTuber Colin's channel here a few minutes ago, and I was seeing if there was anything that actually changed on the wallet number 3, and that's why I'm going to talk to you guys about it now, because he was talking about how wallet number 3 had actually been buying some Bitcoin, about 1,000 Bitcoin here, 1,000 Bitcoin here. And so let's take a quick look at that, guys. If you guys ever want to look at this website, I'll actually pull it up right here, and I'll put it down in the description for you guys. Or not the description, but the comment section. This should be interesting to watch. So we have wallet number 3 right here. Bitfinex is number 2. Binance is number 1. We don't care about those guys because this is like an individual right here for wallet number 3. So let's click on it, and you can see how much he's received, how much he's sent, how much this guy normally trades, and so forth. But today he sold 1,500 Bitcoin. More often than not, this guy is correct. So just be forewarned about this. Definitely made some good profit here. But what do you call 1,500 Bitcoin sold today. The last time he sold Bitcoin, he sold 3,000 Bitcoin. Imagine having 3,000 Bitcoin, guys. 3,000 Bitcoin 4.4, which happened to be right here, right before we actually started this little bit of a drop right here. So keep an eye on it. He's not always correct. I want to make sure you guys understand that. He sold some at 4.1 as well, up at that high point around the 200 daily moving average. 325, he sold 1,500 as well, and 325 was right here a few days before we had this last little pop up here. So this guy's been selling here, and now he started to sell again over here. And just so you guys know, he did buy, he was loading up on Bitcoin over the past few days here along this little stretch. He was buying, and now he decided to sell a little bit here. So he's doing a little bit of swing trading, probably making some good money off of all these plays. But this guy, this whale is the whale that sold right up here. He knew something bad was about to happen, so he dumped out of some crypto right there and watched it come back down here. And again, he's not 100% correct, but this guy has so much money. He buys here. He even bought on this day, all through this like nonsense that we had to deal with. So just understand that he did sell 1,500 Bitcoin today. I'm hoping that he's wrong like he was over here, and we still have one good pump left in here, because then we can start going back above the 20-week moving average, hitting some good numbers here, and trying to go back up to this 200 daily moving average, which kicked our butt up here, just back in, about almost a month ago now, right? Really? Okay. But there we go. To pay taxes? Oh, who knows if this guy actually has to pay taxes? Nobody knows if this guy's American or not. For all we know, this could be like a Saudi prince, some Russian billionaire. Who knows what this guy could be? But this guy has a lot of money. It doesn't mean he's necessarily paying taxes in America. Let's see. Hey, everybody. Hey, Manny. Hey, Far From Broke. Hey, Dakin. Hey, Tyler. Let's see. What's right here? Going long on Netflix. No, I'm not going to be buying any longs with Netflix. I was really bummed because I guess nobody saw the video, and I was really bummed about it because if you go over to my channel, I put out a video like, when was it? Yesterday. No. Yesterday. Netflix should be fun, and I wanted you guys to watch it. I didn't tell you guys about it in the stream. I forgot to. But what do you call it? Like, most of these videos get like 100, 600, sometimes some get like 900 views, whatever. But I put out a video saying like, hey, let me see if I can listen to this, if it'll play here. Get my little headphones out here, the good old Sony's. All right, let's see if we can listen to this video very quick, and if the desktop audio will let me do it. Hey everyone, Netflix is about to go wild here, so keep this on your watch. That is loud. We had earnings report a few months ago, and it had a massive crash. Now we're having earnings report for tomorrow. This is either going to be another massive crash down to the $300 level, or we could have a double bottom, which actually brings us back up here towards 400, which we're going to try to break out above it and try to have a full reversal. The economy is not too good, so I'm assuming it's going to be coming on the downside. I'm going to be buying some 300 strike puts expiring next Friday for a YOLO play only. Okay, before it starts replaying again. There we go. All right, so I was like, okay, guys, if you want to join me on this YOLO play, I'm buying 300 strike price, Netflix puts. And then I was at the park actually when the market closed and the Netflix earnings came out, and I knew growth was going to be slow. And there were some CNBC videos talking about it as well. But when I went over here to Netflix, not for Netflix futures, NFTLX, there we go. I was kind of sweating a little bit today when I went off to the dog park because I was like, okay, well, the market's up a little bit today. Netflix is up like 2%. What's going to happen after hours? And then if we go to the 5-minute chart here, look at after hours. Remember, I bought 300 strike price puts. So my strike price was right there. We definitely went down below that for another nice little profit here. I'm going to sell these probably within the first 10 minutes of the day. Just get it over with. I'm not going to worry about it if Netflix goes down the next day or whatever. But this was a fantastic play, and I loved every second of watching this when I got back home here on my phone. Because last time it fell, if I can go back that far, if it'll let me, the last gap down it had. Well, let me know. Hour chart. There we go. It actually fell down a little bit more pre-market than it came up. It opened up right there. I'm hoping for something similar. We'll see. It might just come back up a little bit more, but I'm okay with taking profits around here, wherever this is. Even if it does come back down over the next few days, I am happy with those Netflix puts. Next time I put out a video, I'll try to let you guys know that I have the video out there because I don't know what the profit's going to be, but it's going to be a sizable one, which I'm pretty happy about. But okay, let's go back over here to Bitcoin now. Back over here. We got all the gist. If you guys are wondering about the moving averages over here as far as the 50 and the 20, that big one was what? The 20-day moving average is at 42,754. That's actually above the 20-week moving average here. So if I can actually put this on the screen, let me see if it'll work for us. And we want to do weekly, and we want to do 20, and it'll be red. There you go. See if I can stretch this out a little bit more. Now that we're on the daily chart, will it work if I go to the 4-hour chart? There we go. Oh, come on now. Don't do that. Okay, well, I'll draw on the line myself. Go to the pointer right here. Right here is about the moving average. So that's what we have to worry about right now. Nope, hey boy. Look, Loki came over to say hi. So we are at some decent level of resistance right now. That's the main point of what I'm trying to convey. But if we can break out above this, it'll be a monster of a day. So keep track of it. I haven't really been buying anything, of course. I've just been doing my normal nibbles and kind of buying up for longer term, the next big wave of the market here. But I like what I see. I'm hoping we can have a move up here. If we don't, it's fine. I'm just hoping we can actually take this week to really make that big surge because, again, we are battling against that death cross and we are battling against that 20-week moving average. We don't want to see it turn into like a constant level of resistance where it pushes us down for multiple weeks because if that happens, I mean, then we're really headed down for like another big drop. But okay, let's put this back over here. Let's take off that candle and let's go back over here to the 15-minute chart. That's no fun. There we go. Okay. And you see right now, Bitcoin just kind of consolidating at the moment. Anything else I want to put over here, I guess? Maybe a little bit of Ethereum. We haven't looked at Ethereum too much. But you're seeing the market open up right across the board here. That happened yesterday as well, and we still had a good booming every day, so I'm not too concerned. You saw how we consolidated for a little bit of time before making that next move up. We're going to try. We're definitely going to try here, guys. Before I go on to my list of what I'm looking at the moment here, there's Ethereum. Hey, J Tapexes, I love your short videos. Hey, Discount Killer, I appreciate it. Mike, any thoughts on KNC and Crypto Hash going long? Let's see right here. So no longs right now. I'm only been nibbling. I haven't been buying any large positions. I want to see if we actually make that move first. And then any thoughts on KNC? I'll answer that right after I do the spiel about all these other coins here. But Ethereum right now, no man's land. No reason to be buying. No reason to be selling. It's just doing fine by itself. We're going to see if it can break out above the 20-day moving average here. Hopefully, you would want to get this back above like $3,200 as far as Ethereum is concerned. Doge at resistance here, hoping it can break back out. It doesn't usually have large moves above its moving averages, but that's fine. Anything else right here? Matic, no. No, not really much here. A lot of stuff at resistance here. So a lot of stuff's either going to get rejected or break out. That's what we're hoping for at least. EOS, fine. Ethereum Classics at support of the 50-day moving average here. DOT at resistance. You're seeing a lot of stuff usually get squeezed right here. FTM is still headed down here. This one doesn't look too bright at all. ICP, still consolidating. Anything else really here? No, not much. That's an old trend line. We broke out of it. Nothing really happened. Mana, Elon coin. Elon's at support here. If we break down, Elon coin's going to be a good one to short here. Sol, anything else here at support? Old support. Once resistance. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Okay, anything else here? No, not much. No, not nearly as much as over the past few days. Alright, but okay, here, let me put it back to the 1-minute chart. We'll see if we can find out what Bitcoin's doing here. And you said KNC, I think it was. KNC USD. So over the last few days, this has been going just fine here. Um, hmm. This would be something I'd be holding. I wouldn't necessarily be buying it right here. This is something I missed out on the trend, so to speak, so I'm not going to chase it. I wouldn't recommend chasing this at all. Pretty soon, you might see a breakdown of this one. If you want to short it, you might have a good opportunity if we break down. But until then, this is if you have it, you can continue to hold until it breaks down whatever level you're looking at or whatever stop loss you now have on it. Um, Overall, it looks fine. It's still on this nice uptrend here. It's been going against the grain as far as Bitcoin's been concerned, right? But careful of the breakdown here. Be careful of the breakdown. It's not a time to chase this. This had a beautiful run up, a run up of like 183%. That is fantastic. Don't be the guy that buys at the top of, buys at the top. Those people are usually the ones that become bag holders on the way back down here. Let me see. But this has been very nice and volatile. This actually looks pretty nice. Coming back up here towards all-time highs as well. If it can break that all-time high, that'd be worth a good day trade. It's almost there. It's almost there. And now it's actually running up here at some level of resistance. But if it can make it that high, that'd be really nice to see right there. It got finished off by a double top over here. Maybe over here you might see some type of other pattern. All I see at the moment is more of just an ascending triangle waiting to see if it can break down or break out. There you go. Bitcoin on the 1 second. We haven't checked that out in a little bit of time. There we go. And we got Gann fan support, guys, around 40,500, which is about $700 lower than where we are now. There we are. See. Hey, Miguel. All those are correlated to what Bitcoin's doing. So if Bitcoin is able to break out above the 20-week moving average this today, you're going to see those have a good pop. If we get rejected, they're all going to be going down, unfortunately. If I had to guess, me being more bearish, you guys know I'd say we're going to get rejected from it. I'm just hoping that the whales can be the guys that really pump us up from here. That's what's been happening over the past few days here, right? We were having a soft breakdown, a little bit of a shakeout here. The reason why I didn't make a video saying breakout and I said shakeout is because we've been down below this line a lot of times here because it's not a trend line that uses the wicks of the candles. It's a trend line that uses the body of the candles, which means we break down below it a lot, right? But of course, we broke back down. You saw the whale short us back down here. Whales pumped us back up here. Consolidated. Not much stuff happened. A whale pushed us up even higher. And now we're just waiting to see if the whales will let us consolidate a little bit longer and then try to pump us up again, leading to a very strong day for Bitcoin. Because if we break out above Bitcoin today, you'll most likely see some shorts getting being forced to close their positions, having a little bit more of a short squeeze effect, if you will. And that's what we're all hoping for. If you guys are buying Bitcoin right now or later on throughout the day or any of these altcoins throughout the day, that is what you're banking on. That's really what you're banking on. Technicals, again, I'm saying it over and over again. Technicals are bearish, but whales have the ability to flip the middle finger to the technicals, which they've done numerous times. But that's crypto for you. That's why crypto is so much more difficult than the stock market and the options market, if you ask me, because there's so much more manipulation. But the manipulation, if you just buy and hold, you can make so much, just great returns on crypto. But yeah, right now I'd probably say we're going down. But that again, I want whales to keep on pumping us up here. If we are going to have a good day, it's going to be because the whales pushing us back above that 20-week moving average here. And that number is, if I can find it back up here again, I don't think I actually put it up on this chart, but that's fine. 42,408. It was $433, I think, a few minutes ago here. But that's what we're hoping for. If I go over to the 15, you can really see we're in no man's land. Right? We're in this beautiful spot where we don't really have much resistance above us, except for those moving averages, of course. But down below us, we don't really have much going on for us as well. We have the Gann level, a Fibonacci level, another Fibonacci level, and some moving averages on here. But we're kind of in this blank space where anything can happen, which is a really good thing for us. All we have to worry about is moving averages. That's the only thing we really have to worry about from a resistance standpoint at the moment. Which, they're nothing to squash at or whatever you want to call it. But you should be aware that they are going to be some tough things for us to get back above, but not nearly as hard as that 200 daily moving average. See, anyways, Miguel. Hey, Mike, when you have a second, can you look at the stock REI Ring Energy? Yeah, sure. REI Ring Energy. What type of energy do they do? Oil, gas. Okay. So the government announced today that they're allowing some more gas drilling on federal land, which is like going to anger leftist Democrats, but kind of make more central Democrats and Republicans, I think, pretty happy here. That way we can get the oil prices back down to manageable levels. Let me see. We did have a breakout here. Did not have any good results, mostly because the oil prices are down today. I think the move is still good for the long term price action of this one, but let me see. This was back to being some resistance and support way back over here. Back in time, some support way over here. Oh boy, yeah. So this is something you want to really grind on if if you ask me, like you want to buy it and just kind of watch the grind here. Um, since it's not really doing much as far as having some big movements, what I would probably say is I would take small positions in this over the next week or so, like maybe $5 every day, $10 a day every day, $50 every day, however much you're more comfortable with. And then from there, as it continues to climb up, maybe if you're buying at 423, start having a price target of 450 to 475 and start scaling out there. And that should give you a good short term profit. And then if you want to leave some on the table there in case you want to hold it for a little bit of a longer term, that might be a good solution here. But I think this is worth a trade as well, just because you look at that. You have the two golden crosses there. You have the golden cross with a 20 moving average, and you have the golden cross here with the 50-day moving average. Both having some strong moves here, and both of them are not even slowing down here. You want to make sure, of course, it stays above the 20-day moving average. But right now, it seems to be fine since it's not really it's not really doing anything crazy at the moment. If you are buying into this, or if you've already bought, I would continue to hold and just kind of wait, taking more bites, and if it manages to bounce and go higher, or maybe even go higher here or something like that, then you're going to be in a good spot. If you see it start to break down, do something kind of wonky, that may be a signal to sell some off. You don't have to sell all of it, but just sell some of it off because it might come back down before making another move up, and you could double down right there if there's a pattern that tells you to. Otherwise, I think this is fine. Energy's doing fine over the last few months. The profits have been out of this world. You I want to see the actual details about the federal land being opened back up, and if they're really going to allow it, or if they might get pressure from the left, the administration, and say, hey, we wanted to do it, but we know what the environment's more important, something like that, right? We'll see what happens. There hasn't been any backlash from as far as I could see. Only thing I saw today as far as news was that Title 42 keeps on popping up in all the news I'm watching, and the Netflix stuff. But I was looking forward to the Netflix stuff here. But okay, let me go back over here to the good old Bitcoin. Second, there we go. Let's see, and hey Stanley, what do I think about Brooklyn Immune Therapeutics, BTX? Uh, I don't really touch therapeutic companies too much. For therapeutic companies, you have to go into their trials and you have to kind of read some information about them, which is always the big pain here. I always think of therapeutic or biotech companies as being a larger term gamble. So pretty much all of them are kind of YOLO plays in my mind. If you have information that their trial has been going successful and nothing bad has been happening, then all you're going to do with those types of stocks is usually just buy and hold them. And if they pop off of a good news type of event where there's a trial that's been successful or a promising trial even, then after that pop, you usually sell and take all of that profit and kind of run. That's how I used to play with them, but I don't play with them anymore just because there's usually too many times where they don't have a good trial, they break down and crash, then they need more money, so they make an offer, which drives the price down even more. And it's just a really nasty cycle in the biotech world here. When I was in Vegas, I actually used to talk with I don't know why, every few times I go to Vegas, it's usually in March, they have these pharmaceutical conferences over in Vegas. And I used to talk to a lot of pharmaceutical industry people, ironically just chilling at the pool. But they told me like how they have to do it to make money and how they have to keep on asking for like people in the stock market to give them money. And I was, oh my gosh, that's freaking insane. And then and I was told them, like, do you guys get paid well? And they're like, oh yeah, we make buttloads of money because all the scientists and stuff like that, and the business people that sell it to the corporations. But I was like, geez, the biotech companies, you really have to get acquainted with them and understand some of their data, and or find a resource that has that data in simplified terms for you to make those type of investments on it. But okay, guys, let me see what's going over here. Thanks for liking. Feel free to comment, guys. I'm trying to figure out a way to get you guys to comment more on the stream, but I have no idea. Because normally when there's no comments, I make the stream shorter. But when people are talking in the stream, then I make sure my stream is like 2 hours long. But I'm trying to figure out a way to get around that. Maybe because Bitcoin's just really slow or something like that. But let me see over here. What else do we have? Let's see. We can X out this for now. But this guy did sell 1,500 Bitcoin here. I'm watching it pretty closely because, like I said, the last time this guy sold some Bitcoin, we did have a little bit of a drop, 3,000 Bitcoin, then 1,500 Bitcoin, then 1,500 Bitcoin. But he started buying up after this 1,500 Bitcoin, 318, 412, 87. So this guy's been doing a lot of freaking swing trading over the last few months here. This guy's been doing it for a while. You go all the way back in time. Do we have anything else here? Back over here in October, 3,000 Bitcoin sold, 1,500, 1,500. It's about 6,000 Bitcoin sold. This guy loves to freaking swing his Bitcoin around. Okay, there we go. Anything else doing okay for now? Rune is up a little bit today if you guys are looking to day trade. ApeCoin is still doing fine. I sold mine off at $15. I haven't bought back in, to be frank with you. I was just kind of playing with you guys and saying, hey, I bet this will hit $15 before it hits $10, and what do you know? I was right. Sand was good. Near is doing pretty good. Ave is doing fine. Stefan is still doing up a little bit today, still up 5%, so this one's actually still running pretty strong here. Anything else really here? No, not much. Okay, but there we go. Let me see. Yeah, no worries, Josh. Happy to help you guys out. Let me see right here. Oh, my dog's walking around. There we go. I want to see if I can find something as far as Bitcoin's concerned here. Go on the weekly chart. Let's see. I'm gonna do a. I want to see if I can change up some Gann fan levels here very fast and just see if we can work something out. Move drawings. Oh, that was the wrong one to do. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Coinbase weekly. There we go. Okay. That magic number we need to break out above here. This a little bit higher. No, I'm pretty picky with this stuff. 69,000 here. Okay, let's go that one right there, and let's go that one right there. I'm going to see which one of these works best, and then I'm going to do another one off of it. Okay, there we go. Where's that little thing? Actually, I have it right here on the auto. There we go. There we go for that one, and there we go for that one. Let's go negative 45. Negative 45. There we go. Okay, perfect. I wanted to see if actually any of these Gann levels on the weekly chart here are actually going to stand up. Normally we do them on the daily chart, right? Let me see. I don't like that one too much. Hold on a second here. We broke out above it. We held it for support. That kind of matches up there. As far as the pass, it held, and it got choppy. I don't like that one, yeah. Okay. This one's a no-go for me at the moment here. Let's go back over here. Double check this is back at 45. Okay, good. Let's go back in time here a little bit more. That one's not working for me right now as well. And again, I'm going off the weekly candle system, so it's not going to be as reliable. But I wanted to see if I could at least make it work a little bit here. Last thing I'm going to try here, guys, is to go over here to the most recent time frames that we've been looking at. Vertical line right there for the lows. Trend angle. Look at a 45 and that one's not too bad if you ask me. That stopped right there, kind of stopped right there. I could see this one working out for us at the moment here because we're just going after the all-time highs right here. let's try this very fast. I had a horizontal line right there. Another. I'm pretty sure this is the one I have on the main chart that you guys' 24-hour chart. 45. Yeah, because you can see we barely held it right up here. So in a basic sense, we're kind of waiting to break out above this level right here, or this one right here, or break down right below that one. All right. One more time, and I'm just gonna nerd out on this last one here. Then we'll go back to the regular Bitcoin charts. The high from there a few days ago, or a few weeks ago, excuse me. We're gonna do the smallest Gann fan I've ever done. We'll do it on the daily and the weekly charts though. Trend angle right here. I need that line, don't I? There we go. Pop that sucker in right there. 45. Oh, geez, that wasn't gonna work. There you go. 45 and 45 here. Has this done anything for us? I mean, you could kind of say, yeah. Kind of held right there, even though the wick kind of closed on the other side. We did actually hold it here. Okay, but let me delete that very fast. And then I'm going to try one other thing. That one's not as reliable. Okay. All right, last thing, guys. Can I go over here to the daily chart? Can I add something here? Do they have the tool, though? I don't actually know if they have the tool here on our trading view. Trend-based fib time. Let's see if this works, guys. No, that is not the one I'm looking for. What? Do they not have it? Oh, my bad. Fib channel. There it is. This should work, I think. Does this work for us? Yeah, this one works. If we're going from this low from 2 days ago here, going from back from the high, and then using the low since we started this whole kind of sideways choppiness, we kind of hit that level, that Fibonacci level right there on the side here. If we're going to be breaking back out above it, we can have somewhat of a price target all the way up here, like 44,300 levels. That might be kind of nice, and over the next few days, that might actually extend back up to $45,000. Support. Yeah. That do anything there? No, okay, it doesn't. Okay. I'll keep an eye on that for later. We don't use, nobody uses that one. Hardly ever. Hardly ever. I'm back over here to the 15-minute on the Bitcoin one. There we go. Okay. Hey, little Scratcher. Hope you're doing well, my man. Hey, Ken. What did I miss? You didn't miss much. We're talking a little bit about Bitcoin. Today's the big day. We're either going to break above the 20-week moving average, the 20-day moving average, and possibly the 50-day moving average, or all in one big move, which could lead to Bitcoin having like a potential 10% gain every day. That's a really big news here. And then we also have we had a whale sell off here. That goes to Jay's questions. What site are you looking in that Bitcoin trader? Yeah, it's I put the link up some. I shared the link a little bit ago, but it's called Bit Info Charts. Normally, you can just type in like Bitcoin whales or something like that. But if you just scroll up in the comment section, you'll see the link right there. And let me pop this back over here. It's right there. And hey, Boograp, thanks for commenting the comment. after bringing everyone's vote in the conversation, what do you think about Comcast stock right now? Earnings report is around the corner. Um, Comcast is always tricky for me because as far as cable, I don't think they're going to have a good earnings report, but they always seem to have money coming from other sources. Comcast does, like phones and internet. People paying for their servers and stuff like that. So that might be up a little bit more. But as far as Comcast, I'm expecting them to have a poor earnings report. I may buy some YOLO puts on that one as well, but I haven't been as accurate on Comcast earnings reports as I have been on like Netflix and some of these larger movers that like rely on steady growth. The cool thing about tech, which makes it so much easier to trade on these earnings reports, is they need to keep growing because they have such high multipliers, which means people believe that they're just going to keep on growing forever. And when they don't, there's a hard stop and a drop, which is what happened to Netflix, right? It happened to Netflix just last quarter as well when they reported earnings. When you can have stuff like that, it makes it a lot easier. Comcast, they make money in so many different ways. It makes it so much more annoying. And I don't have the time to read their 10K or their annual reports or any of their previous reports out there. So earnings reports are always kind of a toss-up, if you ask me, as far as Comcast is concerned. There you go. Did I hear Robinhood is expanding in the United Kingdom? I did not hear that. That'd be pretty interesting. Maybe Coinbase has some more competition here. I don't know which crypto and stock platforms are actually available in the United Kingdom at the moment. I hope they can get some more out there. The more competition in this marketplace, the better it's going to be here for a lot of people. Would I buy Netflix since it crashed today? No. I don't believe in Netflix. They might have a pump or something like that later on, but I don't believe in buying Netflix right now. I think it still has more downside over the next few quarters here. Netflix was good in the past because it had no competition. Ever since HBO Max, Hulu. What else do I have? So Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN. I don't know what other ones I have. Prime Video, Paramount Plus. There's just so much more out there now that they don't have a monopoly on the market like they used to. The one thing that could help out the price of Netflix, I'm not entirely sure if they would do that or if they have the ability to do it. I think they do, but I don't know if they really would. Is they could make it into a system that, how Hulu has ad based. You can watch if you pay a smaller amount of money, you can watch all the same content but with ads. They could try that to increase revenue. I don't know if it would work. I would never do that. I just stopped using Hulu because I could pay full price for Hulu if I wanted to, but nothing on Hulu is something I would really want to watch because they don't have good stuff that I personally like to watch, right? But I think as the economy gets worse and worse here, guys, people are gonna have to choose between all of the different streaming platforms that they have and say, hey, this one's good enough for me to keep using, this one's good enough for me to keep using. And Netflix, I don't think will be hurt too bad for that. I think Netflix's problem is not that they're people are gonna unsubscribe to them. The problem for Netflix is they're slowing down their growth. They're not growing at the same speed as they once did because there's so much more competition now. If you're a family, maybe you don't want to get Netflix. Maybe you just want to get Disney Plus so you can watch all of your family movies. And if you want something with more darker stuff, more action stuff, you can just kind of get HBO Max right there. So HBO Max with Disney Plus is a good little combo right there. And along with Disney Plus, guys, remember, you can get ESPN and Hulu kind of bundled all together in that one if you really wanted to as well. So Netflix is fighting against all that. And while I like the service, I think it's fine. I'm not going to be buying the stock anytime soon here. That doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean you can't make a good return on it if they announce some type of good news over the following days here. That'd be fine. But as far as me, I don't have the time to kind of watch that, nor do I have the belief in the company that they're going to try to do something really crazy to make me profit in a short amount of time here. They're thinking more in the long term, which is fine. But if I would have just kept on holding after the last time they had a crash, I would have experienced this crash as well here. See, and hey, Byford, Comcast has been very aggressive with the cell phone expansion. See, that's what I'm talking about. They make so much more money than from just cable, and I'm usually thinking that cable's dying, and my mind thinks it's going to come down. But and part of the reason I actually agree with you as far as I can tell that they've been expanding more and more because they have not been expanding the infrastructure as fast as how many phones and other services they've been adding on to them. So what happens with me lately, it's actually what happened back, remember when I used to live downtown and I had the waterfront view and all that good stuff before I moved out to the boonies. They had, My problem with Comcast all the time is when I was streaming with you guys, my streams would cut off and I wouldn't be able to stream for you guys because Comcast, they, there was too much traffic trying to upload at the same time, and because of that, they were limiting how much data people could upload online. And I'm sending you guys 1080p whatever high definition live streams, and if I'm doing that for 24 hours a day or however long a day I do it now, like a few hours a day now, boy oh boy did Comcast not like me at all for that. And I'm hoping they can kind of fix the infrastructure up because it sucks. But they really have been expanding. I'll be interested to see actually if they are making more money this quarter than last quarter here, especially since again the economy is kind of getting worse and worse and worse. Usually when the economy is booming like it has been over the past few years, you see people buying new iPhones or new Samsung phones, new Google phones, whatever phones. You see them buying them every year to keep up with the newest phone possible, and they just kind of upgrade the plan, as I think the term they use for it. Like I pay $5 extra a month on my AT&T plan, so I could upgrade this phone whenever I want to. It's pretty nice. So, but I pay for that. I don't want to keep on upgrading. It's kind of a savings deal here. But I haven't. I stopped paying for it. I think. No, I didn't stop paying for it. But I think I'm gonna stop paying for it because I don't really need to. iPhones are. I mean, they're getting to the point where I can hold on to this for a while. The only problem with iPhones is they have horrible batteries after like the first year or so. The battery life on these things is not the best. But again, I'm at home all the time, or I'm at the park. I'm somewhere where I can usually charge my phone, and I've invested in some really big bricks. Like they're not really like massive, but they hold a lot of power inside of them, the Anchor ones. And so I could have like 16 phone chargers within that brick and just have it throughout the day if I really needed to. Which I've never had to. I've never used the entire brick at all. Maybe once on a road trip, and now I was sharing it with like 5 other people, and it had like 3-4 ports on it. It's right here. Hood bought out an exchange in England to start international movement of crypto. Ooh, that's nice to see. See, Robinhood is making moves, finally. Actually, what was Robinhood's return today? It went up 5%. That's not bad. I've still been nibbling into this, but I want it to go down lower, frankly, right? I want it to go down lower. I want it to go sub $10. I'm going to be starting to buy some heavier chunks, but I've been buying this thing since it went to like $15. Then I bought it some at 14, 13, 12, like 10.50 or whatever it was, and I'm hoping to continue buying some now. But this Robinhood play is a long term play here. I think they'll be fine long term, but I still believe they need to get rid of Vlad. If they can get rid of Vlad and get somebody else new in there, I think they'd be much better off as a company and for the shareholders. There's so many pirates you can watch for free Netflix. Oh, I know, but the thing about Netflix and the streaming services is like, oh, you can't see because I have a light in the way. But I have the nicer flat screen TVs. It's way better to just watch the streaming services through there. It makes everything nicer. If I wanted to, I could go online right now and find a free website to watch any movie I want to. There's a lot of them out there. I don't do it because I don't need to because I have all these streaming services here. But the only time I really do it, as far as bootleg movies and stuff like that, is if it's not available in America for some strange reason. It's usually the old Chinese movies I like, the ones that kind of go into history, the drama war stuff. That's really the only stuff I've really found that really isn't available in the United States. But I'm fine with doing that. Or sometimes there's music that I want that I can't find online. Like there's a really good show out there on Netflix called Midnight Diner. I love the show. It's very casual. It's kind of just like I can put it on the background. It's a nice show. But there's an opening scene to Midnight Diner that is like the most beautiful music ever, and I want it on my phone, but it's not available in America on iTunes. So I went to bootleg it, download it, record it, and put it on my phone so I can listen to it whenever I want to. It's that type of stuff which I'll go to like the bootlegging sites and things like that. But normally I just prefer to kind of watch on the streaming services. But granted, they do add up. People seem to forget that all these streaming services are about the same cost as cable now. Like Netflix, I pay $20 a month. I stopped paying for Hulu because it's like not worth it to me. HBO Max, I don't know how much I'm paying. Let's say 10, $15. I don't know. Amazon, $20, but I guess I haven't really been buying any Amazon purchases. I just get it for the TV now. And a bunch of other stuff. Paramount Plus, all the other stuff. I only get Paramount Plus because I like watching Yellowstone. That's it. right? And Disney Plus and stuff like that. All great. Disney Plus has Pixar, and Pixar is the best movies to ever watch on a flat, like an OLED TV, like the high definition, all that good stuff. They are the best movies to watch in the world. The quality of detail they put into Pixar movies is out of this world. Even Monsters Inc. still holds up today, and it is absolutely beautiful. All the Star Wars stuff, they remastered it to 4K. They done a really good job with it. All right, 2 hours this morning, 2 hours after. Oh yeah, as far as Robinhood pre-market trading, I don't know why they didn't do that sooner, Bedford. I really have no idea why they didn't do that sooner. Now that they are going to be doing it a little bit sooner, I'm going to be happy for it because man, they should have had that done such a long time ago. Like Webull shouldn't have had such a monopoly on that feature. They should have been able to do it for a long time here, a long time. Move it right there. Let's squeeze that down just a little bit. What do we got here? What would happen if we hit a recession? How does it affect the current cryptocurrency prices? It'll bring down the crypto market if we have a recession. Part of the problem with crypto right now is it's correlating to the market. They're kind of coupled together, not tightly but loosely. And what I mean by that is if we go over to let me see if I can find this information for you guys. Actually, no, let me just do this. Make it easier. So if we go over here for Bitcoin for the month, let me go to. If we go over here to Bitcoin for the month, let's get rid of this one right here. We don't need that one. And then we put up SPY right here, and we'll go with the Nasdaq as well because Nasdaq actually has part of it. The Nasdaq, or excuse me, the SPY this month is down about what 1.82% right now. Crypto's down about 9% on the month, right? We've been seeing these kind of similar patterns kind of arise. So you can actually see a little bit of a dip right here, a little bit of a dip right there. You can see it's not like it's matching it perfectly, but you see these like similar characteristics. If the market were to come back down over the next few months, which I think is most likely going to happen here, most likely Bitcoin would follow it, and that's the thing I don't want to see happen. I've been kind of annoyed with it over the past few last few months now because I don't think Bitcoin needs to follow like the SPY or the Nasdaq here. I think that Bitcoin should be its own thing, going off of its own fundamentals and own technicals. But because all these new institutional investors are kind of hopping into this market now, unfortunately, they're trading it like the stock market, which has been pretty a pretty big pain if you ask me. Now we'll see what happens over the next few weeks, of course, but ooh, if anything, I'm hoping that the stock market can boost up the crypto market if we can kind of continue this rally on here. We had a really good day today. I didn't look at the market in the morning. All I was doing was buying some Netflix calls, or puts. But geez, I keep on messing that up. CNBC. Netflix is exploring lower price ads. Oh, they are exploring it. They are exploring it now, huh? After 3 years of resisting, well, that's because they need more money, right? And they just raised the price again. But again, my Netflix, I pay for the premium service, whatever that is. So like multiple platforms, something like that. So I'm not gonna worry about that. Climb 2%, especially up slow week. Spending is healthy despite inflation. I would disagree with that a little bit. But I think they're going off of the middle class, not the poorer classes here. IMB first quarter, stocks recession hits, no. Let's see. Oligarchs. Student loan forgiveness, that'd be a big boost to the economy, even if it's not really ethical. They could do that. I should have never paid off my student loans. I had no idea they were ever going to try to give what do you call it? Give away free student loans. I would have just never paid them off. Actually, I wonder if you're. I mean, credit is kind of important, right? But I wonder what you would do nowadays if you knew that there's a chance that in like another 20 years the government may forgive all of your loans again. What would happen with that type of situation? Because remember, America loves to encourage bad behavior. Remember what they do with the stock market and stuff like that? I'm kind of more sympathetic to doing it for like Americans who have tons of student debt over corporations. But I'm wondering how this is all going to pan out if they really do it, because it'll be a big boost for him as far as the midterms. Midterms. Look at that. Oh, we had a double top over here. I should have traded that one, but I was busy. This is a 5-minute chart here, guys. So just top, neckline broke down below it. You buy it, you sell it right down here. There probably was some type of Fibonacci level or something here. Let me see. Yep, right there, or right there, or right there. Either way you wanted to sell it, that would have been a nice little return for you there. But okay, let me pop that back up here. Hoping to see Bitcoin have a little bit stronger day today, though. Fast food or jumping Netflix subscription model. I heard Panera offers $11 a month. You can get unlimited drink, coffee, lemonade for every 2 hours. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I never knew about that. I don't. The only time I go to Panera to get food is when my mom's in the hospital, and it's like I don't even know how much money. I've spent thousands of dollars at Panera, thousands, because usually whenever I buy my mom food, I'll get her a salad from there at the hospital. Like I would pay for all of my mom's food while she's at the hospital. It's so expensive, but at the same time, it's like the thing that cheers her up the most is just, well, partly me coming and saying hi when she's at the hospital, but the food as well, because Panera is not cheap, but they give. I mean, like I've gotten like 1,000 free scones from them. Basically, but I think that's pretty interesting. You're seeing a lot of subscription models pop up all over, though, not just with the food services and stuff like that. You're seeing a lot of crazy ways companies are trying to find more revenue. More revenue. Hey, Georgia, happy to see you back. Thanks for joining the stream. 50% of college grads are not in the major they graduated with. Of course not. I'm not in politics. I'm not. I mean, I could say I'm in business a little bit, but I'm not really in politics at all. I was really wanting to go into politics, get some of that lobbying money, and kind of go live my life being a lobbyist. And then I kind of got sick of it all, and I was like, Jesus, you people are kind of crazy, aren't you? And I was just, you know what? I'll go work in corporate America. Corporate America was kind of fun for a little bit of time. But corporate America, I'm an ambitious guy. I don't like that being the ambitious guy that will, like, claw my way to the top, if you understand what I'm talking about. Like, the people that, like, worked underneath me, they love me. But the people that, like my bosses and stuff, they never liked me because I was breathing down their throats. Not because I was being like a backstabber and stuff like that, even though I had people that worked for me that would be backstabbing on my behalf because they liked me so much. What I would have to do is I delivered results, which is the classic way to make a good impression on the boss, of course. But man, it was definitely a stressful time being in corporate America. Especially because I had to commute. Commuting is like so much harder. If I could work from home all the time, I might have stayed in corporate America. But I found it. I knew how to trade, and that made my life a lot easier here. Let's see. I heard Biden will run in 2024 again. Oh, I have no idea who would win an election between Biden and Trump. That'd be very interesting to watch, though. To have a round two, I would probably assume Trump, just because so far, I mean, like a million things are going to happen before 2024, to be frank. But so far, Biden's economy really hasn't panned out the way I think he wanted it to. But if he could fix that, maybe it'd be more competitive. But I don't know. I have no idea who'd really win right there. I don't even know if Trump would be the nomination. I don't even know if Biden would be the nominee, right? What happens if Biden stops losing support from more like MSNBC type media stations, or what if Fox stops helping Trump? What happens, right? It kind of changes the whole ball game, so to speak. It'll be interesting to watch, though. By then, I'll be in Belize, so I really won't care who the president of the United States is. I won't have to worry about all that type of dramatic stuff. But usually, when I vote for presidents, it doesn't really affect the politics out here in Washington State too much. We're a very liberal state. We are always liberal on pretty much everything. I think the only time we're really conservative or moderately conservative is when we appoint our attorney general, who's usually a Republican, because we don't want to go full left law wise. We want to kind of be like, hey, criminals are criminals. We try. Seattle's its own little problem, and people always argue about that one. But as far as the state, we're pretty, kind of just leftists. High taxes, services for poor people in return for that, right? It's kind of give and take the whole thing out here in Washington. But I know out in Montana, low taxes, not as many services, but people have a lot more money to go do all the fun stuff they want to. There's no sugar tax in Seattle. There's no sugar tax in Montana, right? It's a give and take, though. I like Washington. I like living out here, all the nature. I always donate every year to the wildlife refuge areas and stuff like that, the wildlife departments, because they actually spend their money quite efficiently, which I really do like about them. And like if I their wildlife website, they have so many cool tools. It's like worth it. Montana doesn't have any many services. Oregon doesn't have as many cool services as Washington does. Washington has all these maps and everything. There's just so well put together. I really do love the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. They're amazing. Hey Keegan. Night discount killer. Hope to see you tomorrow. I was gonna be doctor instead of become a builder. See exactly, Biden. Biden. Nobody knows what they're gonna do in college. It's just you gotta get your degree, then you kind of go do what you want to do. But the piece of paper does mean something. It means something. Hopefully, it doesn't mean as much as it used to soon. Maybe people don't have to settle themselves in so much debt before they can get a good job. And then Keegan, can you take a look at 8 point? I'm wondering what if I should take profits? Yeah. Let's take a look at it very fast. Now, going off of the price action over the last few days, I mean, I'd probably say yeah. Excuse me. On the daily chart, breaking back out here again, that's kind of nice to see. If I were you and I was looking at this, like, oh, this is daily chart. When did I even sell mine? I sold mine back over here, I guess. What, 4 hour? This is daily chart. Yeah, I guess it really didn't do much after that. Yeah, up here. Yeah. Okay. No, I sold it up here. Okay. Um, as far as 8 coin right now, you're either going to start slowly taking profits, or what you can do is start scaling out. I probably would say scaling out is probably your best bet. So I don't know what your average is here, but if the price right now is $13, almost $14 here, if you wanted to start scaling out over however many minutes, whenever you want to feel like scaling out here, because it is in the middle of a little bit of a pump here, you can have a stop loss for the rest of your position down here at about like $13.50, and then and you only sell like half of your position right now, and until it comes back down to that 13.50, maybe you'll sell the rest of it at 14.50 or $15 or $16, something like that, and you're just kind of moving up that stop loss a little bit higher as it goes higher. That way, no matter what, you're still going to be walking away with some good profits, but maybe you can walk with a little bit more profits, if you will, or maybe you won't if the price comes back down to that stop loss price right now, which might be like $13.50. But let me look at the 4 hour chart here very fast. Moving up, it hit that old level of resistance, again. Now breaking back out. I mean, now as far as your next level of resistance, it's kind of back up here at this these highs right up here, right there, at about 14.59. So this could be fun to watch pan out for a little bit longer. But yeah, definitely over the next few days or so, or even over the next few hours, if you want to start scaling out, you can definitely go for it. That's based off of my conservativeness, of course. I'm trying to be more aggressive with you and say, hey, you can always scale out if you wanted to. But yeah, it looks fine to me right now. If you wanted to start scaling out, you're usually going to start scaling out right now while people are looking to buy, right? You're going to be, what was it? Do you see average? Well, I think you're fine to start scaling out at least, especially if you're having some good profits here. And if you wanted to sell everything right now, you could also do that now. I'm just more in favor of scaling out slowly. But it looks like it had some nice gains on this one. Remember, I only traded this I traded this weeks ago now. Just when did I? No, it was a while ago. Probably not even going to be on this chart here. Yeah, yeah. Well, I know some of you guys have to trade with me, but we did the double bottom here, bottom neck, and we bought, consolidated. We waited a little bit longer, popped up here, had a double top, came back down, kind of glided, came up all the way up here to $14. Um, in theory, I would normally sell right here, but I made the bet with you guys saying, hey, I'm only going to sell if it hits $10, which was down here, or I'm only going to sell at $15. And after a little bit more time waiting, it finally hit 15.50, but $15 was like right around here. So I managed to get a good selling price there. But But yeah, scaling out right now would probably be fine. Now, since it's kind of in the middle of a boom, you could really just wait and kind of watch it to see if anything crazy happens. But I mean, it's trying to do something. This is the minute chart here. Just in the last, just half an hour or so, it's up about a good 8%, right? Probably about to go up to 9% or so. So this one's kind of rocking right now. We'll put it up on the side of the screen here so we can watch it. While Bitcoin's, we'll put the Bitcoin 5 minute chart up as well. 5 minute here, or 1 minute here. Yeah, there we go. And we'll do Bitcoin right there. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's doing something completely different on the chart, running into that 50 moving average there. And hey, far from broke. Trump DeSantis run together. Let's see. That'd be interesting. I mean, they. I feel like they both want to become president too much, right? It would be hard to kind of. They're both alphas. You need a beta in there somewhere. Like Pence was a total beta. Pence was kind of like does his own thing. He's fine. I mean, Pence may try to run for president, but nobody's going to vote for him, right? As far as like Democrats, Kamala Harris is a complete beta. Joe Biden. Okay, I don't know what Joe Biden is, but he's not necessarily a beta. He's not really an alpha. What is Joe Biden? I don't know. But what do you call? Joe Biden was the alpha to Kamala's beta. If you get what I'm saying, right? That's why if you read all the reports and stuff like that, that Joe Biden's team pretty much just like makes fun of Kamala Harris because of all of her gaffes, even though they both have their gaffes, right? But Joe Biden's the president who makes a gaffe. Kamala Harris is the vice president who makes a gaffe, right? So stuff like that. It'd be interesting to see what that team would be like, though. If they ran together, they would probably win because of DeSantis is more popular than Trump, I believe. But I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen. Although it would be fun to see if they could come together and like I don't know, they could try, right? Hey, Trump and Candace Owens. Oh, that might be kind of interesting. That might be kind of interesting as well. Oh, and ApeCoin's finally up to $14.21. It's having a nice move right now. That might be fun to do a little bit of day trading on. Ron is all or nothing. Yeah, it's only a small trade on 50x. 50x. Okay, well if it's only a small trade on 50x, you can start just sell the whole thing whenever you feel like you need to. It's at 14.18 right now. If you want to have a stop loss at $14, that's an easy way to go for it. And no matter what happens now, you have a good profit right there. Good profit. And it's still going up right now. I'm watching it right now. It's still going nice. Me being conservative, $14 is where I would put my stop loss. And if it hits $15, I'd move that stop loss up to $14.50. If it hits 15.50, 50 cent trailing stop loss, if you will. But because platforms don't allow us to have trailing stop losses in the crypto markets when trading futures and leverage, it's going to make it pretty hard for us, of course. I should ask BitGet or some of these other platforms if they're going to start working on this, because that's one of the main reasons I love using TD Ameritrade. I mean, like I know Webull has. I don't know if Robinhood. I think Robinhood does have it, but I love trailing stop losses. They are amazing. They truly are amazing things here. But I don't know why crypto traders aren't like the crypto exchanges don't have them built in. I don't. There's probably a good reason for it if they all don't have it, but I really wish they did. If you guys don't know what a trailing stop loss is, it just means you could set it percentage wise or price wise. Most people do it percentage wise. So it means that like let's say I have a 10% trailing stop loss. As long as the price keeps going up, that 10% trailing stop loss is always 10% behind the current price. The higher the price, the more it goes up. If the price starts going back down, then the trailing stop loss stops going up and it just stays there. And if the price goes back down below that 10% trailing stop loss, then the sell executes and you take the trade and you take the winnings and you kind of just go home there. And it means that you can kind of get more and more profit, but then you're kind of secured because no matter what happens, you're still going to be walking away with a profit as long as you were correct in the guess in the first place, right? I tend to do trailing stop losses on swing trades a lot. They're usually like 3% trailing stop losses on a stock that's in an upward trajectory. The last time I really had a big move, what was the last big trade that I did that had a trailing stop loss? It was I bought some shares of it. I spent like $5,000 on shares of this thing because it was just booming up back in the day. ATM maybe. Um, is that ATM? No. What is this stock? If I go into portfolio, no AMT. Now's AMT now. F something. This is old. We never use this portfolio in my videos. I should have tried to use it a while ago. Um, F FTM. No. Here. Let me see if I can find it very fast. FTNT. There it is. Jeez. Okay. FTNT. Now it's kind of more choppy since August. But if we go over here to FTNT very fast, go to the daily chart here. I know it's choppy lately, but this thing was on a tear. This thing was on a complete tear for like I don't know what this was. For 267 days, it went up 157%. This thing was on a complete tear, and this is why I had the trailing stop loss. And the trailing stop loss triggered twice. First one was over here on this drop. I ended up buying more because we were still hovering above the 50-day moving average, and the market was still good at that time. And then it went up again, and the last time I did the trailing stop loss, it actually stopped right there, and I didn't buy back in just because I was worried. Because if I don't know if you guys can see this was actually a pretty crazy wick right there for the stock that you haven't seen. You never saw anything else before. So I was like, oh, okay, some guy that bought a lot figured like, hey, he made enough profit. Some institutional investors sold out of some, and that kind of gave me a little, I'll hold off on buying like some more. And I thought it might actually have a head and shoulders here with a shoulder, head and shoulders, and I might break back down and I might be able to short it or buy some puts on it. Never broke down. It kind of just kept on bobbling up side to side. And when it finally did break down, it didn't do anything. I mean, this thing is like in a world of its own right now, a complete world of its own. But man, this was a great play last year. This was a fantastic play last year. I'm hoping to find another one like it during the next market bull run here. Go back over here to the one. Douche, douche. There you go. And now Ape's consolidating a little bit more here. But definitely a strong move from ApeCoin right now. This is actually pretty nice to watch. There we are. Okay. Up 200%. Oh, yeah. You're doing just fine then. So, yeah. You can either have a stop loss at $14. You can take your profits whenever you feel like you want to. Just don't be upset if it goes up to $15 or whatever, or $16, whatever. But you made a good trade. You had a good return. And when you write it down on your trading journal that you made 200% profit, you're going to be looking back at yourself like, I made 200% profit. You're not going to worry about, oh, I could have made 500% profit, whatever. You're looking at yourself like, I made some good money. Because a lot of people that say, hey, I could have made 500%, sometimes they hold on too long and they end up losing like 50%, like that, right? And hey, Turtle, doing pretty well. I am doing pretty well. Thanks for asking, my man. I have been on a lot. My husky is having puppies. Oh, congratulations. I'm waiting for Loki to have puppies here. He's only 9 months old, but I want him to have puppies so bad. Because I'm I'm not sure if I want to get him fixed, especially if I'm going to Belize. Maybe I just want him to be fine. He'll have like a whole gate. He's gonna have his own bedroom for heaven's sakes. This dog is freaking spoiled. You know what this dog had for lunch today? This dog had duck, right? So duck that I cooked today. What was going on over here? I accidentally pushed. There we go. But yeah, what do you call? The dog had duck for lunch today, and duck that was baked, all really good, no bones because I don't want them to splinter. But he had some. He had some good food. And when we get down to Belize, I think I'm moving to Belize. I'm still kind of considering maybe there's Colombia and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure like 80% sure Belize. But then I know Colombia is pretty good as well. But anyway, whichever one's actually more crypto friendly. But I don't know. Whenever I get down there, I'm gonna make all of his food homemade, and then after I'm done learning how to make it, I'm gonna hire in-house cleaning person or homekeeper, whatever you want to call them, and they'll spend some of their time making Loki's dog food, which will be kind of nice because I know he'll have a lot of fun eating all that good food. But he exercises so much, he never gains any weight. But hey, Turtle, when your husky has puppies, put a picture of them in the Discord. That'd be really great to see. Husky pups are so cute, so loud but so cute, so cute. Musk Dorsky 2024. Oh, Turtle, that might actually be pretty good to watch. That might be kind of interesting because then you get. I don't know. Does the left still like Jack Dorsey? I don't know. I like Jack Dorsey more that he's kind of gone to this cyber thing with crypto and he's kind of embracing and he understands the potential for it. You have a lot of people that don't understand the potential for crypto, and you have the people that do. And I think Elon and Jack both understand it, and they could really make the United States the crypto hub of the world. Now, will they do it? Most likely not. I feel like Elon Musk is too good for politics, pretty much, right? Um, and so, but he could bankroll his whole campaign if he really wanted to. And I know he would do a lot better than Bloomberg, as far as he did. I remember I had a couple of friends that worked for the Bloomberg campaign, and then they would tell me about. They're like, "We're not going to win, but we're making a lot of money." That's exactly what they would tell me about the Bloomberg campaign. But those were days before COVID. Jeez, or not before COVID, but I don't know. COVID wasn't as political, I guess you would say, back in those days, because the government was kind of doing stuff that kind of made sense, a little bit stupid at sometimes, but it kind of made sense. But like as the numbers got better and better, some of the government started like overreaching. It felt like, I guess you would say, and then you started getting everybody like really ticked off about every little thing going on. But that'd be interesting to see Musk and Jack Dorsey going in for 2024. I mean, 2024 could be a great year. It'll also be interesting too because if Republicans win back the House and or the Senate, what can Biden accomplish in the next 2 years before the midterms or before the next presidential election? Could be interesting. Be prepared for an announcement tomorrow from Elon. The rumor has it. Yeah, people have been YOLOing everything on Twitter and puts and calls. It's been absolutely insane. People are making the biggest gambles in the world because if Elon says, forget it, I'll go make my own platform and I'll sell all of my shares. And you know what? This guy's gonna make a whole bunch of money if he sold his shares, a whole bunch of money. Um, but and the price will probably go back into the 40s or the 30s over the next few months if he does that because Twitter has no innovation bone, right? But if he puts out an offer that's backed by different institutions that are kind of partnering with him, I know Kevin O'Leary said, "Hey, if he puts me in that deal, I'd bet on him, not the board." You could see a lot of crazy stuff happening over the next few weeks. But I'll be looking on Twitter tomorrow. Well, no, I don't use Twitter, but I've been looking at Twitter for Twitter news about what's going on, and I'll be watching CNBC to see if they have any news about what's going on with Twitter and Elon Musk. I hope he can buy the company. I don't really use Twitter too much. I only started using Twitter because of YouTube. That's basically it. But if they can find a way to make it work, and just make it better and not so toxic. I mean, Twitter is just a very toxic place. People just feel the need to be mean to other people online and start arguments with other people online. Specifically about politics. I don't really blame I blame the individuals a little bit, but the algorithm pushes politics for some unknown reason. I don't know why. I don't think politics has to be the root of Twitter. It doesn't have to be. You can make music the root of Twitter. You can make all these other things the root of Twitter. Or just a collective of stuff, right? Change it to like open it up a little bit more. But that's not really in the board's plans apparently, which kind of sucks. But I'm hoping that Elon can get Twitter. I would love to see how it transforms. I wish I was able to I had enough capital to buy part of Twitter with him, like just buy like 0.2% of shares, right? And so if things go well in the future, I can make a good return on that investment as it gets, re-IPO down the road if he does make it public. Or if he keeps it private, I can just kind of get a little bit of money every month on a paycheck type of thing. Or just get on the board, but he's not going to pay anybody on the board. I can be like, hey, I'll be on the board for free. I get to go into the office every day looking all cool and I don't do any work. Hey, behave. Hey, Cameron. Hey, Meher, hope you're having a good day, my man. Hey, Turtle. If only we could happen, but Musk wasn't born here. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I always forget about that. Um, I really always do forget about that part. Well, maybe they can make him the what's that job? The Speaker of the House. I don't think you have to be an American citizen to become the Speaker of the House. I don't even think you have to be elected to become the Speaker of the House. There's some really old rules that nobody ever that are forgotten, but they're still there from the good old days of when the Republic was founded. All the old talk, right? Can he ask apes and crypto traders to buy shares of Twitter with him, or would that be against the SEC? Um, I think he could. I don't. I think he could. I think it would be partly successful. It would drive up the price of Twitter more, but I don't think he necessarily wants to do that for this one reason. If Elon does, he has such a large share, right? But if Twitter does like just eventually shake him off and he says, okay, fine, I'm just going to sell, I don't think he wants to hurt everybody that bought Twitter with him, right? And then cause them to lose money because then he'll get a lot of flack for it. Remember the Dogecoin thing? People blamed him for crashing Dogecoin when it wasn't him; it was a market-wide thing going on. But I don't think he wants to deal with all that flack in the market space, so to speak. I think he could do it. As far as Tesla, I don't know the mechanism of what they have to do to get the shareholders to have a vote and so they can override the board correctly, right? Because remember, the board doesn't really hold that much Tesla for Twitter stock. They just don't. That's what's so crazy about all this, right? Um, Whatever the mechanism is for Twitter to have a vote on selling to Elon Musk at the 54.20 level, um, that'll be interesting. And again, of course, guys, we're referring to tomorrow. Biotech's kind of talking about a little bit is tomorrow is 420. And that's why we think we might be hearing a big move as far as Elon's concerned. And I'll be watching it very closely. I don't know what's going to happen, though, because I wonder if he might just call the bluff and just buy even more shares and just buy like 50% of the Twitter and just go ham with it. And then if the company does the poison pill thing, I, I feel like the company is not fulfilling its fiduciary responsibilities. And if you guys don't ever know, fiduciary responsibility is kind of a fancy way of saying doing what's best for your investors, doing what's best for your shareholders. If Twitter were to be bought out by Elon Musk, I think that's better for the Twitter shareholder, better for them rather than the board. I think the board is kind of trying to save themselves here, and I think the board is a little mad, frankly, because everybody's making fun of them and saying how bad of a board they are. Like, even on CNBC, I've been watching all the Twitter videos, every single one to kind of get a gist of what they're talking about. CNBC is saying the Twitter board sucks. But a lot of people on CNBC, well, it depends on the panelist on there. The kind of average Joes that kind of trade and have their kind of lifestyles, whatever, they're saying the Twitter board sucks. Let's go with Elon. The anchors of the shows are like, we want more censorship and all that weird stuff. So there's kind of a weird little topsy turvy spin there. But man, it's I hope Elon can get something done. 420 is going to be crazy tomorrow as far as Elon's announcement here. Let me see if I can do this right here. There you go. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Do you guys think there's going to be an announcement tomorrow on 420? I hope so. I hope he's going to have some funny memes to launch out as well. He's been a very, very busy guy. Last year was the sell-off day because Snoop Dogg was in it. 419, 420 dump. Hope it doesn't repeat. Oh, for crypto? Yeah. Well, let's hope not. As far as everything we've been watching so far, technically today's day candle is the 420 day candle. If you think about it, the technicals say we're going to be coming down, unfortunately, right? But again, what's been happening over the last few days? Whales have been defying the technicals and just busting up Bitcoin anyway. That's why we were looking at the third largest whale as far as crypto is concerned. This guy just sold off 1,500 Bitcoin. I mean, 1549 just a couple hours ago. 1,500 Bitcoin just off the map like that. A couple days ago he bought 1,000 Bitcoin. Yesterday he bought 1,000 Bitcoin. A few days ago he bought 500. Then he bought another 500. He bought 124, 417. So this guy's been loading up on Bitcoin, but this guy usually sells off some before some of these larger moves here. So let's look at this last one right here. Can I put this up here as far as Bitcoin's concerned? ApeCoin, you're still doing your stuff. There you go. There we go. So as far as ApeCoin's concerned, let's go over here to Bitcoin. Let's go to the... That's fine. Okay. Daily chart. We'll put little dollar signs right here. Let me adjust that. Yeah. We'll put little dollar signs on each time this guy sold. He's not right, or he or she is not right 100% of the time. I want you guys to understand this, and that's partly why I'm doing it. So we have one today, right? So let's just put that up there for now. one right here for today. The last time he did it was 4-4, 3,000. 4-4 right there the day before we kind of had this little bit of a drop. After that, we had 4-1 right here, right on this little green day right there. Where am I going back here? There we go. 325 right there before a nice little pump up here. But basically selling at this like higher point, right? Um, get rid of this one. There we go. 321. Meanwhile, ApeCoin is just going berserk on the left hand side. Oh, geez, what was I just saying? 3-1. Oh, 321. There we go. Right there. 3-1. Then it goes all the way back here to 3-1. That was a while ago. Right up here at the top of this peak right there. He stopped selling for a while. That's only one Bitcoin. That's nothing for him. Then another one, 11.8. That's all the way back in November. We're not going to really worry about that too much here, right? So, yeah, okay. So the last few times this guy sold, oh, I guess I might have moved that a little bit there. Sold, sold, sold. You got like one, two, three kind of correct because these ones kind of backed up here. This one even correct because he still managed to make a profit off of it. This one wasn't correct, but more times than not, this guy likes to sell at a higher price. So he's kind of betting that we're going to be coming back down, unfortunately. We'll see. I'm hoping it's going to be something like this, where we just kind of come back down, and then we bounce up the following day if we can. If we don't actually break down today, like by too much or come up too much today, maybe we can kind of continue to bounce up tomorrow. But he did sell off 1,500 Bitcoin today, and 1,500 times 41,000, right? He's doing just fine for himself. She is doing just fine for themselves. But those are the last few times this guy took a trade. So let me kind of show that to you a little bit more over here. He's been buying up a lot all throughout this whole time, though. But yeah, sold here, sold here, sold here, sold here, sold here, and sold here. So we'll see if he's correct, and or maybe we come up a little bit more, right? We'll see. Let me get rid of these little things, though. There we go. All right, back to the 5. Douche, douche, douche. There we go. As far as ApeCoin's concerned, let's see if we can kind of watch this one kind of keep on going up here. Is there resistance here at 1496? Move drawings. 1555 is really that level of resistance. Then we have one down here. We already broke out above that. Maybe we're talking about this one here from a few days ago. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Okay. There we go. Yep, right up there. Okay, old level of resistance. Nice rally, though. I mean, so far, since today really started, it went up about 12%. We'll see if it can keep on going. And it looks like there's some power behind it, though. I don't know if you guys are looking on Twitter. Maybe Twitter has some good news about it because it's pumping up pretty well. Let's see. Happy Taco Tuesday. I had tacos for dinner, guys. I had duck tacos. It was really, it was really, really good. Um, I'll probably have, well, it was for lunch, but I'll probably have duck tacos for dinner as well. I love duck. Duck is like a special type of meat to me. I don't know why, but it's always really, really good. Let's see. Hey, Biden, for kind of quiet, he is Elon Musk. The woke mind virus is making Netflix unwatchable. Um, I don't. Is Netflix more woke? I like so. When I watch stuff on Netflix, I don't watch the new stuff because I don't know if it is because it's woke. I don't know. It just doesn't seem as interesting to me. Um, for me, I've been watching more of HBO Max recently. Netflix, I kind of watch it for the documentaries, the Asian dramas, anime. Let me see this very fast. Come on, ApeCoin, you can do it. Uh, oh, I'm not signed into my Netflix account. I don't know my Netflix information here. Yeah. Let me go to my phone very fast. I'm usually signed in on there. But yeah, I don't actually know what I watch on Netflix besides that kind of stuff. Um, Netflix, Michael. Oh, it's not loading my continue watching list. Anime, anime, anime. The Pirates World Treasure, like Korean dramas, like the actiony ones. Moving Art is a really good one. Kotaro Lives Alone anime. Arcane was a good one. Anime. The Last Samurai was a good one. Stargate SG-1 was okay. Yeah, Downfall, the thing about Boeing. Oh, Better Call Sal. You know, besides that, I don't really use Netflix too much, unfortunately. But I pay for Netflix because my mom and sister both use it. I pay for all these streaming services because my mom and sister use it, really. I prefer HBO Max. But yeah, I didn't know it went woke. I just kind of ignore all that type of stuff. Uh, Tomorrow, I'm excited to see because HBO Max has. What's that new show? Tokyo Vice. If you guys have HBO Max and you guys haven't seen Tokyo Vice yet, that's a really good show. I like that show quite a bit. See, South Africa. Oh yeah, that's right. Elon. Yeah, Elon was born in South Africa. Moved over here because he knew this is where you can make all the good, the good money, right? Okay, here we go. ApeCoin's trying to make a move here. Let's. Bitcoin's okay. We can watch ApeCoin for a few seconds here. Oops, wrong one. Oh, that see that second one. I knew it was gonna pop. The second chart, ApeCoin is like you're seeing some crazy action right now. Good thing we talked about that for $14.50. No, $14 stop loss. Did we say $14.50 or 15? $14. No, 14. Yeah, because it was already at 50. 50. Yeah, $14 stop loss. Yeah, but it's rocketing up right now. Somebody's buying up this up a lot. Pretty soon you'll see somebody take a big drop as somebody takes off their profits. But until that happens, ApeCoin is looking pretty good right now, almost to $15. There's the $15 price as far as ApeCoin's considered. Hitting some resistance. The second chart's always more entertaining than any other chart here because there's so much more drama with it, right? If you're just looking at a 15-minute chart, all you're seeing is that. Just kind of holding, kind of not doing much right there, kind of seeing it's going to continue pumping up. But if you go to the second chart, then you see all this action going on here. Everything looks either good or bad, whatever. Nice to see a little bit of profit taking going on. There we are. And what's right here? Hey, Dr. Doe, stay hydrated. Funny enough, I've been dehydrated from drinking too much tea, way too much tea this week. I got one of these things called the Ingenuity. Ingenuity, get it? You put the tea on top, you put the water in, then when you put it on top of a cup, it opens up a lever and the water seeps through the bottom and it goes into the cup. It's really, really nice. We're about to have a death cross in the seconds chart. We bounced off of we bounced off of the 200 first. Let's see. Somebody's still trying to buy. It's crazy to see how even the moving averages on the second chart still have a use. And a lot of times you see that with the high frequency traders who can see all of this data kind of screaming on their charts really fast, and they just want to buy a block really fast. They can just do that there, and they can scalp it from here to here and just make a little bit of. They can make a lot of money because they bought a whole bunch of shares. If that makes sense. Like right here for us, what that's about a percent. You know, if they just took a 0.5% profit, they would have made a few $100 or to a few $1,000 if they were doing like that particular type of trading. But I mean, I'm never going to do that type of trading where I go off of the seconds moving averages. That's usually a little too scary for me to deal with. But you can see death cross happened right here. It kept on going down, down, down. Golden cross kind of came up a little bit more. Hopefully we can kind of go up even more. But again, like this is kind of wild right now. You're seeing a lot of buyers, a lot of volatility. They're trying to stop a micro death cross here. Well, they're trying to. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, but you can see. Oh, somebody's loading up on this right here. Yeah, yeah, yowza. And there we go. Popped up about 15 bucks here. Now 15 is support. Somebody's still buying. That means whatever whale was just right here buying up, that's support. He's still buying a bunch, and he's hoping that retail traders will gnaw away at the wall that's right above us at the moment here. Who knows who wins? If the whale loses right here that has all this buying power here, you'll see the price go. It might be a short-term drop, but it'll be a big whoosh. It happens pretty crazily. They're hoping that the resistance wall is going to be eaten up before the support wall, basically. And there you go. Yeah. A little squeeze, wall, hoping to get up. Oh man, shorts are still trying to take this down. This is crazy. Again, this is just a seconds chart. It's not. This is way more dramatic than it normally is, but it's just fun to watch this type of stuff play out. I used to scalp a lot when I was first learning to trade because a lot of what you learn on YouTube and stuff, it works and like for a few minutes and then it kind of goes sideways because nobody ever tells you when to sell. But now I know. I just was like, well, if I'm making a profit, I'm making a profit, and all of my conservativeness that comes out of trading, right, which I teach you guys, it all comes from the fact that I used to do a lot of scalping, and so I would just take my profits. Like I made a profit. I might have only made like 2-3%, but guess what? I made a profit over and over and over again. That's all I ever cared about, making a profit. It is interesting. I mean, Bitcoin's doing its thing, guys. The stream, I mean, the Bitcoin's been pretty slow over the past few days. Nothing really crazy is going on. It's okay to kind of take a little bit of time to kind of watch this. Oh, we ran out of buying power there. Mm. Yeah, there wasn't enough retail buyers in there. That doesn't mean it's over by any stretch of the imagination, but you get what I'm saying. As soon as that one guy, there was not enough, he stopped buying, the floor just kind of fell because everybody was taking their profits. Let's see. Now we're kind of back over here to this little area that we were just a few minutes ago. Meanwhile, let's look. What did that look like on the 5-minute chart? Just all of that type of stuff, right? And now we're coming back down here a little bit more, right? And if I was scalping for shorting, I would have scalped that exact moment right here. Normally, what you guys would have hotkeys and stuff like that. I'm not going over scalping, but I am going over day trading. I'm working on a new course for you guys. I try to break it up into smaller pieces, and it's just not working out because there's too much when it comes to trading where you have to know one thing in order to know another thing, right? So if I'm teaching you guys about a particular pattern, like a double top, Fibonacci, whatever, maybe a head and shoulders, whatever, you guys can't just use that pattern to trade. You guys will have to do Fibonacci levels, Gann friend levels, all of that type of stuff. So what I'm starting to do now is I'm just starting this larger trading PowerPoint / videos within the PowerPoint where I explain to you guys all the kind of stuff. I don't know how, it's probably going to be like a 4-hour one. I'm just going to start working on it now, and whenever it gets done, it gets done. But so far, I managed to get like 10 slides done today. It's about stocks, crypto, and options. Right now, I'm just talking about what are stocks, longing versus shorting, and I'm going to go in depth about longing versus shorting and all that good stuff. And then the hard part for me will be technical analysis because we'll be going over like the majority of indicators. And there's a lot of indicators that you guys may want to use, may not want to use a lot of tools like the Gann fans and stuff like that. But that'll be pretty fun. Oh, there we go, bouncing off of something. There are still whales that want, not whales. There are still pretty like large traders I think that still want to buy this up here. We'll see if they have the opportunity to. And you see this double top, neckline, broke down below the neckline, it came down, right? Again, this is a seconds chart, so it's not like there was a whole bunch of drama there. This is me just kind of wondering, what if I did that? No, it didn't work too well on the Fibonacci level here. A little bit right there. No, I didn't really do anything right there. I've never used Fibonacci charts on the second chart. I just wanted to see if it would work. Man, but yeah, see, all it took was that guy running out of ammo right there, and the shorts kind of took over here. Yeah, look at that. See, if I had that trailing stop loss, my stop loss would be at $14.50 now, not at the 15 we just popped up above because it would be like a 50 cent trailing stop loss, or 14.50 something because I know it went up above $15, but still. Hmm. There we go. The C chart hectic. Oh, there's a whole bunch of good hectic charts right now. That's what makes it so much fun. This is why I like looking at the seconds chart. I don't know why, but you have to pay extra for this for trading view. I don't know why, but it's useful. It's just is it useful enough to pay that extra money for it? I don't know. Hey Ken, would ICP be a good hold until Q4? Not if you bought RET now in bulk. The way I would trade ICP if you wanted to hope for a swing in the long term for it, I would be hoping to nibble into it a little bit every week, and then whenever it starts to make a move, then you're going to be fine. But it'd be week after week after week buying some in there. Then once you hit the desired amount of ICP you want to, or the desired amount of investment you want into it, how much cash you put into it, then you'd be holding until Q4, and then hopefully finding a spot where you can stake it for a year or a few months, whatever. Or you would find a place where you can get some type of interest from like a Voyager or something like that. But I don't think Voyager gives you too much interest as far as ICP is concerned. I can try to look for it right now, but I think every time I search for Voyager interest rates, it just give me the July rate. So um, I don't know why it's always July interest rates. Let me see if I go over here, I can find it for you. There we go. Is ICP even here? Mm, ICP's not there. Huh. I could have swore ICP had something like a 1%, but maybe that was back last year. If we go to the July one, is ICP in here? No, it's not. Huh. A B C D E H I. Yeah. Hmm. No, it's not in here. It's okay. Yep, ICP is not in here, but you would be looking for something like that where you could at least earn some interest on it. That's what I've been doing as far as BitGet's concerned. I've been buying up a bunch of BitGet over the past few months, as you guys know. And what I've been doing is now that they have the 6% stake, and so it goes every 2 weeks. So I've just been I'm gonna keep on restaking it, and earning back 6% for the year, compounding of course, which would be really nice for my long term kind of bet on ICP, or my long term bet on BGB. But yeah, if you wanted to buy some, you'd want to be buying it, kind of scaling into it. Then once you feel like you've scaled into it, whenever it takes off, and that'll kind of be off of what Bitcoin's doing, of course. Here, there you go. We can go back to the 1 minute chart here. It's bouncing off of the 20 moving average. You're probably going to break down below it here, but we'll see what happens. Normally, when you see these lower highs, it usually means it has to consolidate a little bit longer, unless it's going to try to do some type of nasty double top up here where it kind of springs back up a little bit before coming back down. And that's usually not what happens with these type of volatile plays because everybody starts to panic right here. Like there's a little bit of panic right here. People give it some time, but usually there's a certain amount of people that are willing to wait it out over here. Like, okay, we know it's coming back down, but it came down here, and maybe it just needs some time to consolidate. Usually they give it a little bit more time so they can see if it'll come back up. But once it starts breaking down below the 20 moving average and the 5, or this is the one actually, so it'd be the 20 and the 5, so kind of around here, that's when they would start selling off. So that's the one, so don't worry about what I just said there. But yeah, I mean, there are some people as well, but not as many, right? The ones a little bit more cautious, they'd be trading off of this one. On the 5, the more neutral ones, the more aggressive ones, they'd be trading off of this one right here. But again, I'm more conservative, so I'd probably be going after the 21 here. But that's just because I'm me. I'm so conservative as far as it comes to trading some of these more aggressive plays here. Hey, Buffett, are there any exchanges that offer the trailing stop loss for crypto? I have not been able to find one yet. I have not been able to find one. I wish it would make my life so much easier. I know there are ones that have you know, take profit prices, which means if you think it's going to go up 5%, and if you say if it goes up 5%, automatically sell half of it or sell a quarter of it, whatever, then yeah, I know those ones. That one's BitGet, right? BitGet has that. I think if I go over here, I don't have any money in my leverage account. I don't think. I'm teaching my sister how to trade, so I've been kind of using this account for that. No, I took the money out. It's just in my main account. But if I open a trade right here, they have something called here take profit stop loss. And basically, if it goes up 5%, I say, hey, if it hits five, if I make a 5% profit, sell. It'll do that, but it won't be trailing, which means there's no safety net for whatever reason it starts to come back down. And that's what I'm hoping for. I will ask them if they're able to do that, because I would tell them that would be the best game changer for them. That would save them so. I mean, that would just get them so many people. And to be frank, I would be pumping that to you guys nonstop because I think it's that valuable of a tool. And I think they would like that because they would get more users from the channel, all that other good stuff. But I try not to pump up this exchange too much. I mostly pump up the coin because I like the coin. I've been a long-term holder of the coin. And those of you that kind of followed me in it, you guys have made some money, but I haven't. Well, actually, I don't know what BGB's actually been up to since a couple days ago. BGB's down about 0.28% here. There you go. Broke down, consolidating a little bit more here. This is a long-term hold for me because, it's been really good for me so far. But yeah, it might need a little bit more of a pullback over the next few, I don't know, days, weeks, I don't know. The last pullback that it really had was a stronger pullback all the way back down here at about pullback of 31%. If it took a pullback of around, kind of somewhere around that, that'd be going back over here to the support level over here, then hopefully bouncing back off of it. But, we'll wait and see how BGB does over the next few months because I'm holding this for the long term. Although I do like to sell some and then buy back more because I'm trying to accumulate more coins. Oh, and then look at Ape. Ape coin bounced off and never fell down. Look at that. Bounced, came back up. Ooh, yeah, Ape coin go. There we go. Oh, maybe it is going to do a double top. I hope not. Oh, no, it didn't reach a high enough top. Did it reach? No. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Otherwise, on the 1 minute chart here, the 1 minute chart could be a double bottom, 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 neckline. It would have to close above this neckline, though. That's the trouble part. But it has like maybe 1-2 minutes left until it has to do that. But yeah, ApeCoin is going crazy right now. It's looking pretty nice. We'll go back to the minute chart here. The second chart can be a little bit wild, especially when we have another chart over here. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's not doing anything, guys. Bitcoin is just consolidating longer and longer here. Had a little bit of a short attack right there, but nothing too crazy. But we'll keep it on the 5. There we are. Yeah, no worries, Byford. Let me see. I can actually ask the guy right now. The cool thing about being an influencer is I have access to a lot of people I normally would not have access to. Um, okay, I get so many random messages on this app. I don't know who to say hi to. Hello. Um, is there a chance you can add a trailing stop loss to your futures and spot accounts? I think it would be a game changer. Thanks. Prayer your hands. Okay, but yeah, so I'll see what he says. It says he was just online just now. If he answers me back, I'll say I'll let you know. But he'll probably say he'll ask somebody else. To be frank, right? He's a marketing guy, not a developer type of guy. But I'll let you know what he says. I'll be pretty interested in that as well. Okay, wait, we're close to closing above it for like a kind of close. We didn't close above it. Never mind. Okay, whatever. Now we're just kind of going off of minute charts to forget about the double bottom here, but there's an opportunity for something later on. There you go. Still popping up here. I can't believe we held the 1 minute chart here. There's a lot of buying activity right now. And there we go. Popping back above that one right here. There you go. And there she blows back up to $15.15 ish. Looking pretty good as far as ICP is concerned. Look at that on the seconds chart here. Rocket ship right now. Go up a little bit higher. Yeah, it's still moving strong here, guys. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's not doing anything really important at the moment. Oops, keep on moving that the wrong way. There we go. Probably the most action-packed cryptocurrency of the day right here, ApeCoin. Hey, Big Bybit has a trailing stop loss, and it's a little different, but same idea behind the trailing stop loss. Um, Bybit's not in America. That's the only thing I would say about it. It's not in the United States. But if you guys don't live in the United States and you want to try to use something similar to the trailing stop loss, give it a shot and see if it works for you. If they have it, it's a really good tool. They really do need to put those tools more on more trading exchanges. Mike, I have DOT 12% interest, and I see Kava also has 12. Any feeling for Kava? Um, I have some, not nearly as much as I have DOT, but I do have some Kava, mostly because the interest, and usually those higher interest coins do have nice pumps when Bitcoin is making stronger moves. So I would say not as much as I have DOT, but I think it's like a $500, $600 worth of Kava. More of a longer term bet though, not a short term bet. I really want to take advantage of that interest. What I'm going to do with my DOT and Kava and a lot of other my coins that are kind of in these higher interest accounts, I'm going to sell them during the next altcoin season rally. Altcoin season, whatever you want to call it. That's when I'm going to really sell off a lot of those when Bitcoin really gets back up to those next all time highs. That may take months or even over a year. I'm going to be holding that for a while because that 12% interest, I'm going to be selling it at a profit anyway, so I'll be maximizing my profits right there, and I'll be very, very happy with how they turn out. And then once the market crashes again, then I'll be buying even more. And that's why it's crucial to shave off some. Like whenever we reach an all-time high, the first few breakdowns that we start seeing, even if we go higher afterwards, I start selling off like 25% chunks of my altcoins because I'm buying them right now when they're down drastically. I'm buying Bitcoin right now, even just a little bit, while it's down drastically. All-time highs for Bitcoin 69,000. I'm still nibbling at Bitcoin when it's like 40,000, 39,000, whatever. So next time it happens, I'll still be up quite a bit. So I won't feel any pressure about not making as much profit as I might otherwise have. But yeah, Kava's fine. Kava's a good long-term hold. Trailing stop loss would have stopped me from losing profit many times. Exactly. And I don't know why they don't have it. I'd have to ask. I mean, I'm sure there's a practical reason. I'm sure there's a practical reason for it. But, well, I don't know. I've never actually Googled this. Quora. This is a Robinhood thing. Why doesn't Robinhood allow you to do trailing stop orders for crypto? Only crypto exchanges with fully featured trading platforms such as Coinbase Pro offer trailing stop loss orders. You can't. Robinhood doesn't support that. There's no central exchange or order bookups for crypto. Um, Robinhood has to manually approve all stop limit orders, and currently we cannot guarantee that it will process in time. So maybe they don't have the processing power to do that or something like that. That may be the practical reason, if you will. Um, that'd be kind of interesting to see, though. Because I know on BitGet, you can say if the price goes, like if I lose so much, you can sell it, but it's not trailing. So that means, if the price goes up, it's still being that constant. That means you're going to have to manually change it every single time, right? Which isn't terrible, but again, that's you having to watch everything pretty clearly and kind of bit by bit by bit kind of watch everything play out, which I don't like. I kind of want to, oh, we kind of went back higher. Geez, look at that. Can't see it right here, but we're still going up quite a bit. But yeah, that'd be an interesting way to look at it. Here's the minute chart, still climbing, and this is why the trailing stop loss would be so nice, right? What did I say? A 50-cent trailing stop loss here. I don't know when we actually talked about it though. I think it was like at $14, and we said $13.50 could be the trailing stop loss. I think I don't remember. but then you kind of add 50 cents to it, hit 50 bucks, 14.50 is the trailing stop loss. We came close, kind of, but not really. Now we're still pumping up now, and I mean you could kind of move it up here to like what 14.70 if you wanted to, or 14.80. That's kind of like right around here. So that might kind of be a good stop loss as well. But that's up for you guys to determine if you guys are trading this right now. A lot of action. This is kind of really nice to see. All right, there we go. Hey, David. Hey, you're watching Ape 2. I know it was a good coin when I invested in it a few days ago. I mean, I know some of you guys were asking me about ApeCoin a few days ago, and I didn't buy into it. I made well, my reasoning really was I'm too busy, and I made a good enough money on it a few weeks ago now, or no, a week ago, 2 weeks ago now. I made a good profit. I bought at $10.77, sold at $15. I was ecstatic with that price, and I'm fine with taking those profits to the bank. But yeah, man, ApeCoin is having a good time right here. Let me see. Bitcoin's still consolidating, so haven't seen any major shorts attack Bitcoin in a while. But definitely climbing up here, guys. And hey, Jacqueline, happy to see you back. Gala looks like they're trying to make a move too. Let me check out Gala very fast. I think Gala is actually on my watch list here. Yeah, Gala's making a move here too. On the 1 minute, here's the 5 minute here, already taking a launch. So you're starting to see random altcoins start to take off here. That's kind of nice to see. Still trying to have a little bit of a surge here. Like here, let me see if I can do something very fast here. Or can I do something here as far as trading settings, executions. I don't know how to do this. Buy, sell buttons. Instant orders placement. Oh, I wanted to do a what do you call it? I just want to do a paper trading thing. I didn't want to go anything crazy. Paper trading. Okay, I think that worked. Okay. Paper trading. Okay, well, it would have been a leverage play, but let's see. Normally, when you can catch on to something like this, you would have wanted to actually catch on to it a few minutes ago, like 10 minutes ago here, actually. But I've never done trading on TradingView here. It always seems like such a weird thing to do here. Um, let's see. I don't even know what this might be turn out to be. Hold on a second here. 49 for Bitcoin down. I don't think it's gone down anymore since then. This is something where as soon as you buy it, you kind of along for the ride here. But eh, well, I don't like to chase in this situation, but it would be interesting to see if chasing works. Because this is up. Oh, it's up 5% already. Okay, yeah. But yeah, let's see if it goes up any higher on this one. I think there was gods out there saying Michael's live. We don't want to watch this. Well, I don't actually. I didn't buy anything here. I bought one. Add stop loss reverse position. Okay, hold on a second here. Put this up here. And Bitcoin side by side. Oh, I can trade Bitcoin too. Hmm. Well, let's see how that works out. You got in around 11 bucks. Oh, okay, yeah, you're doing good then as far as your ApeCoin holdings is. Oh, okay. The guy got back to me about the trailing stop losses, and he wants a video of it to explain how it works. Which means what I'll do is I'll actually record the Robinhood example that they give you because Robinhood has a really good example as far as trailing stop losses or orders are confirmed or considered right. Uh, let's see. It's still trying to move here. Go to the second chart here. Gala is not having as much love as ApeCoin is right now, but actually, hold on a second here. Let me go back to ApeCoin. Ape. Any similarities second by second? Sometimes when coins are pumping, there's a one coin that kind of determines what's happening, kind of like a Bitcoin of the high volatility coins, if you will. But right now, they seem to be doing okay to get. Yeah, they're following each other a little bit here, a little bit. Looks like ApeCoin is definitely the dominant one, though. Hmm. No, no, never mind. Doing a little bit of switcheroos right here. Are there any of the coins popping off right now? Last 24 hours. Rune, ApeCoin is still doing fine. Sandbox. Do they have one where they can go to the, not filters, customize? 1 hour percentage. Oh, there we go. 90-day percentage. Volume 24 hours. Apply changes. There we go. Last hour. Oh, really? Nothing's really been going up in the last hour? That's not true. Maybe everything's on page 2 here. Oh, storage A is up a little bit. Rev is up a little bit. So we are seeing some nice poppers on the second page here. The first page, oh, yeah, they're both coming down here a little bit. Well, so much for that trade. Executed. Nice. I wonder if I could work in trading view paper trading for in one of my tutorials. I wonder if I can work that out for you guys, especially for that trading journal that I've been talking about, or I gave you guys a few weeks ago. That might be kind of interesting to watch out too. It's bouncing off the 20-day MA on the 1 minute. Oh, that's what it's trying to do. Man, there's a lot of action right now for here ApeCoin. Let's see it here. 30. Finally broke down below that 20 moving average on the 1 minute right here. 5 minutes still coming up here, still fine. You may see the price come back down a little bit more as far as ApeCoin, unless it gets like a nice surge, I guess you would say. Get back to Bitcoin over here. Gall on the one, consolidating, waiting for a whale to pretty much pump that bad boy out, which could happen. It's just acting a lot slower. There's something blocking this right here, is there? Oh, I need to get rid of that stuff. Okay, that's what it was. How do I X out of this? Oh, well, I got a paper check. Okay, there. I was like, I hope I don't have to have all that data on there. There we go. Oh, I was coming back down a little bit. Let me go back over to Ape here very fast. There's the 1 minute chart. Still looking fine. Any patterns emerging here? Not really. Slowing down though, that's for sure. Slowing down here a little bit. But okay. Jasmine is up 20% today. Well, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice to see as well. There we go. But okay, everybody, it's 2 hours later on the stream. I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I want to say thank you for commenting more than normal. I think, I'm not entirely sure how to approach it, but when nobody comments, it makes me feel extremely awkward. So when people stop commenting on the future streams, I think I'm just going to like cut the stream back from 2 hours to whenever stuff is kind of calming down in the comment section. So maybe the minimum amount of time I stream will probably be anywhere from like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And then if people are talking, then it goes up to 2 hours because I like to engage with you guys. And then I think that'll work for me. That way I don't feel too awkward. Because I know crypto's slow right now. Nobody's like really watching crypto besides us that's kind of making money, some of these swing trades and so forth. But I'll be interested to see how if Bitcoin does have a boost tomorrow, I wonder if the viewership will go up or stuff like that. Okay, but I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I'm probably going to go back to my old rules as well. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll figure it out about the memberships as well. Okay, but have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. today's a big day, guys. We're most likely going to see a move when we're all asleep, unfortunately. We're hoping to get back above the 20-week moving averages, the 20-day moving average, and the 50-day moving average. And if we can, Bitcoin may have an 8% pump later on in the day. If we do not, we're going to get rejected and maybe fall about 1% to 2% as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Just be prepared for some volatility. On the other side of that, there's a lot of other altcoins out there worth day trading. Go check out the page number 2 of CoinMarketCap.com. It's looking pretty good. And of course,